Howdy folks, this is a little short of a video on how to change your oil on a Royal Star Venture or on any of the other bikes that anybody ever has. They don't have to use a Yamaha or anything, but it could be a Honda or Kawasaki. Just basic little short thing of how to change your oil. And I know a lot of people know how to change it, but there is still people out there that do not know how to change it. And there's a little tutorial that they can do and save themselves 50 bucks. Because that's what they charge you for changing your oil. Actually, they charge you 100. That's basically on the oil. This one's about 30 bucks, and then your oil filter, the K&N, is about 15 bucks, and they're roughly mark up 5 bucks to make it $50. And if they charge you now their hourly rate's 90 bucks, they charge you $45 on top of that. So it'll be from 90 to 100. Some shops charges $100 an hour, so they'll charge you 50 bucks. But if you're really interested in learning how to change your own oil and save yourself 50 bucks all the time, changing your oil. Some people change about 3,000 regular oil, and then synthetic like I do. I roughly change mine about 5,000. But a lot of people say, yo, you could do it up to 10,000 miles. But I like to keep it at 5,000 because from what I understand, synthetic oil breaks down at around 5,000 miles. As the regular oil breaks down at 1,500 miles from 3,000 miles. That's what I always say, to change it at 3,000. That's what I've learned. If you know anything else, comment about it and let me know. But that's basically what I basically do. But on the Venture, there's an oil plug in the bottom and then the filter. And let me show you where it's at and how to go about it. And then you don't forget the oil pan when you drain the oil. Drain it into your little oil and then recycle it and take it back to your place where you bought the oil at. But let me show you how to go about it and let me set it all up. Basically, here's your oil filter that you're going to replace, and then here goes your plug where the oil will be draining out. This is a 17 millimeter. You can use a 17 millimeter deep socket, or you can use the little smaller ones, whichever one you can. All you got to do is just loosen it up. Mine's already loose a little bit. Loosen up just like that. The rest you can do with your hands. Meanwhile, while you're doing now that, you're going to get your oil filter, where your oil can come into. Stick your hand in there. Loosen it all up. Let the oil drain down. All you want to do with the oil, when you have your engine a little bit hot, let it heat up and let it all come down. And at the same time, go ahead. I hand tighten my oil filter. I don't tighten it up like a lot of people do. You don't really need to. And like that, just let it drip all out. And what I like to do is let it completely 100%, no oil's coming out of the thing. If you end up leaving that little bit of oil there, you pour more, you're just contaminating the new oil to the old oil. So I just let it drip all the way down. It's completely done. We'll come back to it when it finishes. Now that you're going to see that the only little drops are falling, you're going to go ahead and move your oil container. Already gone out. Get your oil plug right here and clean it all up. Make sure it's all clean. Nothing's on. We'll start cleaning any little particles that this might have. Clean that all up so make a good clean connection to it. Put the plug back in. spilled a little bit. And your 17mm ratchet. You tighten it up. And that's basically it. Now you get your other one that comes right here. Go ahead and I'll take this off. What I do is I get the oil from right here and just lube the little gasket. Just make sure there's you don't feel no particles, metal particles or anything like that on the gasket. And again, we're gonna go ahead and clean the whole entire edge because the filter is exposed and you got dirt, grime on the edge of the filter when it's sitting there. So you want to make sure you get that cleaned all up. Like you see there, it's all squeaky clean. Take a little look at it, make sure everything's okay. And now, you put your filter on. Now this is 17mm right here, so if you want to get like a smaller ratchet or a wrench to tighten it up yourself, I just do mine by hand tightening. And it's never failed on me before. I tighten it till I can't tighten it up no more. And that's basically it. And that's it for that. So you got your plug, make sure you got your plug back on before you put the oil in. You got your filter on, nice and clean. And now all you gotta do is just go ahead and put 3 3/4 of oil into the bike. I'll show you how to put that in, and then where to go out and look at the eye to make sure the level of the oil is there. So right now everything's all done, just double check it. The little holes I like to clean them. Make sure everything's all clean down here. And that's basically it now. You've done that part. The next part is putting the oil. So I'll show you how to put the oil in. Alright, so you go ahead and take your oil cap out right here to pour your oil. And also right here you have a little glass that has, let me show you. If you take a look in there, you'll see the little glass right there. And it has 2 lines, one on the bottom, one on the top. So when you get the oil, you want to fill it into the middle of the glass, into those 2 lines. And that tells you your level. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and put your oil in. Now, this right here is for a whole gallon, 4 quarts. So we'll need at least 3 quarts and 3/4. The 3/4 goes into the filter. So what you can do is get you one of these if you don't have a funnel. Make yourself one, and then pour the oil in. Go in. Usually with some of these they'll get stuck in there. If not, just take it out from it. And you want to level out the bike. And check the little glass I just showed you about. So, I'm back into that moving a little bit. Now what you want to do is you're going to start it back up because you got to get oil into the filter to get an accurate reading. You want to start it up, let it for about 10-15 seconds, let the oil circulate, then shut it back down. Let me go ahead and do that. See, once you have the bike level, you check the level of the glass there, and you can see that it's going in between the two lines of the oil. You gotta make sure that this is a level bike, not leaning on its thing, on its kickstand. Because if it does, that's what it shows you right there. There's no oil in there. So you do gotta make sure that it is level bike. Once you're complete, then you just go ahead and put your cap back on. Take a little makeshift funnel. Put your cap back on. And that's it for your oil change. Now your leftover oil, one thing to do with it, keep it in this container. Or get one of these, make sure it's all dried up, no water in it. Pour the remaining balance into it. And then put this in your bag, in your saddlebag. So whenever you need, you're on a 2,000, 3,000 mile trip, if you need a little bit of oil, you got some oil right here. Or you just buy a whole quart and throw it into the bag like I have. In my saddlebag, I have a quart of this. But anything left over like this on long trips, I also pour it in here. Or just keep it in here and store it for the next one to go. That's how easy it is to change oil on the motorcycle. So I hope everybody likes this, and whoever doesn't know how to do it, got to learn how to do it. And go ahead and share it with your friends. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next film. Thank you.